We have team 4. This is the last team for the day. I request everyone to please be seated so we can not distract the team here that's visiting. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm glad you all can make it. So we are Soteria, and our mission is to save lives, specifically from natural disasters. And our main product is the Extreme Drone, and we are seeking a $5 million investment for a 25% stake in our company.
So let me begin by introducing you to Zia and Shamari Grace. Zia and Shamari Grace died 2 months ago in a house fire caused by a gas leakage in their home. They were not able to be saved because nobody knew where they were located in their home. By the time the firefighters came, the house was ablaze, and they did not know where to and how to search for them.
Stories like this happen all across the United States. Just in last year alone, 15,000 firefighters were injured and over 3,000 of them died. Even more civilians die each year due to house fires and forest fires. And last year, 14 deaths occurred due to forest fires and 130 were injured.
So the Extreme Drone. The Extreme Drone is an autonomous self-driving drone that is designed to endure the harsh conditions of wildfires. They go into the field and they scan the area for potential dangers such as a collapse. They scan for survivors, and then they use that to plan a route for the firefighters to take to the survivors, taking into account the potential dangers. Along with that, we're also going to have a data platform available. So not only will these drones be a first responder in these fires, they also collect data, such as the amount of damage done or the source of ignition. And all of this data will be sent to this data platform and stored, which then can be later sold to other companies and individuals who will use this data to prevent further natural disasters from occurring. My name is Kartik Sharma, and I'm the CEO.
My name is Chris Shane, I am the head of product.
My name is Reena Ravi, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer.
My name is Nandini Kanti, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer.
My name is Disha Parak, and I'm the Chief Technical Officer.
So the natural disaster impact worldwide is enormous. About 7,000 natural disasters took place since the beginning of this century, and 75% of the world's population is affected by these extreme events. Out of this, 218 million deaths occurred on a global scale. The number of natural catastrophes grew by 450% since 1970.
As you can see on this graph, the overall trend for forest fire deaths has been decreasing. But lately, due to forest fires that have been going on all around the country, the number of deaths has actually increased. And as you can see on this graph, the main cause for firefighter deaths is overexertion. This means that while in the line of duty, they put too much energy in because it takes longer to find the people and save them, and then they end up putting themselves in harm.
So our product is part of 2 major markets. The first one being the drone market. It is said that the drone market would reach $1 billion by 2022, growing at a CAGR of 16.9%. The other market that is a major part of it is disaster relief market. It is said that the disaster relief market is growing by an annual growth rate of 52.9%, and it is to reach $23 billion by 2022.
So what does our drone do? Our drone has cognitive intelligence to observe its surroundings and react. It is durable with a titanium shell and copper wiring. It can operate under extreme conditions including fire and water, and it can provide analytical insights to prevent such disasters in the future.
So right here we have the Extreme Drone. So we have 2 different prototypes available. We have one with 4 propellers, one with 2 propellers. And the reason we did this was so with your investment money, we can then test the market and see which one is best. So as you can see, both drones have a protective copper wiring. They have, underneath they will have a mic, thermal camera, 360-degree camera, and speakers as well.
Key features include autonomous flying in the case that an operator is unavailable, thermal imaging with FLIR camera that can see through walls to detect bodies. It is water and fire resistant, and barrels.
So the second part of our business is the data platform, and to explain this, it has three parts. The first part is the actual drone going into the fire and collecting data as it's searching for the victims. It collects things such as the source of ignition, the heat of fire, and possible collapses all around the building. And then that data is transferred onto the cloud, onto the total data platform, where it joins other data from other drones. That data can then be bought by other individuals, companies, and groups who can see why the fire happened and how to prevent future fires like this from happening.
So key data elements that are related to the firefighters include building floor plans to confirm that there were no architectural errors. Firefighters are also interested in the fire hydrant locations and the locations of fire exits. During a fire, the main concern is the number of people in the building, which we can detect with thermal imaging. After the fire, it is important to know the heat release rate and pollutants that were released.
So our team went around a couple of fire stations and we collected some customer testimonials into the survey. One of the comments were because of the drone's quick response time and that it already does a pre-analysis of the building on fire, I can see this being a very useful product. Another comment being I can definitely see the uses for this product being endless. We also created a general survey and asked a couple of firefighters, would you buy our Extreme drone? And we got results equal to 100% and 10 out of 10 said yes to our question.
Now let's welcome our local firefighter, Mr. Sasha Olszewski.
I'm Sasha Olszewski, and I've been with the Town of Apex Fire Department for 4 months now. I've been a full-time firefighter for about 8 years now. With the Extreme drone, they've already hit on the majority of the key points. This is a life-saving product. It's already taking technology that we already have in the fire service using thermal imaging cameras which we carry on the trucks. As I stated before, it allows us to look inside the building, locate patients, and also helps us find fellow firefighters. With this technology being that it can be integrated within our 911 system, having it sent out to the scene ahead of time before we are dispatched, and having it linked to our laptops on the trucks would give us a huge benefit in getting onto the scene, allowing us to locate the patients way before we get there, because time is of the essence when it comes to us getting to our building on time. Like I stated at the beginning of this, lives matter and it's a matter of time. Getting that technology out there, it matters big time.
So our company's go-to-market strategy. So our revenue streams, we have two different revenue streams. The first being the government. Our major, most viable product, first we're going to start off by selling to fire departments, because our first use case are fires. Then we can move on to other things such as tropical cyclones, etc. This is where other people such as Coast Guards come in. Then, our data that is collected by the drone is then sold to people like environmental research agencies and back to the firefighters for them to make post and pre-analysis reports. This leads into our market penetration strategy. Our first step is to actually sell the drone. We're going to visit local sectors to test the market, and then we will slowly expand nationwide. And then we will start selling the data. We're going to go to government agencies and people such as sustainability engineers. Now the reason why sustainability engineers is because these people design buildings to make sure that they do not deteriorate and they're strong and that they are safe in times of fire. And then we will slowly expand worldwide. Some of our partners include TyE2017, and these are our manufacturers. TyE Innovations will manufacture our product for around $1,500. And then some of our other partners include people who are getting our technology from, such as Kangen, Walkera, FlySight, and Fleur.
So in order to promote and market our idea or product, we need to use different marketing channels like the United States Fire Agency or the National Fire Protection Association. We're also going to use different social media like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as our very own website.
So what makes us different than our competitors? As you can see, we have 9 features that are necessary, and our biggest competitor, Pharaohs, only has 5 of those 9. Pharaohs is not available in the US and is only exclusive to South Korea. We will be the first American drone specialized in natural disaster. We will copyright our product name and software, and we will comply with the regulations set by the FAA. Some of the regulations include a weight below 55 pounds, we have to be registered, we can't be near an airport and stadiums, and we must fly under 400 feet of elevation.
Soteria will also, like we mentioned before, copyright the software, which is the artificial intelligence or the cognitive ability that is provided with the drone.
So to price our product, we're going to have the price be $7,000, and we're expecting to sell around 500 units the first year and move on to around 7,000 by the 4th year. Our expenses will go into making the product, which we think will cost around $1,000, and also 8% of our total revenue goes towards marketing, while 2% goes towards our operational costs. A lot of our money also goes towards research and development to improve our technologies, and every employee that works for us gets around $60,000 annual salary per year. This means that the first year we'll have a loss of around $570,000 with a negative 16% gross margin, but by the second year we'll be able to break even and earn $600,000 with a 4% gross margin, and by the 4th year we'll earn around $16 million with a 30% gross margin. So the time it'll take us to break even is around 18 months. We'll have to sell around 2,500 drones, and we'll also have to have spent around $17.5 million.
So in the 3rd quarter of 2017, we plan to release our fire drone.
And then the following quarter, we plan on releasing our data collection platform, the Soteria platform. And by the next quarter, we would have a sufficient amount of data on it from all of the fires that we have been a part of.
Also, in the 1st quarter of 2018, we will release our hurricane drone, and in the 2nd quarter of 2018, we plan to release our earthquake drone. So why should you invest in Soteria? Well, because we plan to save, our mission is to save human lives.
We also are different than all our competitors. We offer something that they don't have, which is a data platform. We allow the firefighters to plan for the future and also the people. We give them information that helps them save lives ahead of time. We also have a huge market opportunity. There's no major player in the disaster relief market until now. With our plan, we plan on being the biggest player.
We also guarantee a quick return on your investment.
So you see a whole lot of these in your pocket.
And we plan to break even in the 18th month.
Invest in life and invest in us.
Thank you for your time.
That's the second time today I've heard that word guarantee associated. A return on investment, I'll be very, very careful. And one other comment, and then a question. Another comment is, you might want to just consider, as opposed to having this technology for the artificial intelligence is embedded in this thing, you might want to consider that, keeping that a trade secret as opposed to copywriting it, because if you copyright it, you're going to have to tell everybody what it is, which means you're going to give them a chance to shoot holes in it and workarounds if they want to do it themselves. So you might want to consider locking that in the safe and giving 2 people the combination in case one gets hit by a bus and doing it that way. And you'll save a bunch of money in lawyer costs. There was two numbers on the financial plan I didn't quite understand. There was a cost of goods sold, and then there was a unit production cost. Generally, those are the same thing. Tell me what the difference in the cost per unit and the cost of production per unit is.
So our cost of goods includes, of course, the materials that are used to make our drone, and also the production, but the cost of production production is just getting into more specifics, saying just production is worth $1,000.
So those aren't, but are those additive? Is it $4,000 to produce a drone, or is it $3,000?
It's $3,000.
$3,000.
Great job. I think you had wonderful data about disasters, natural disasters, but you wanted to target fires, right? And to save lives. Did you have any analysis on the cost related to fire, mortalities, and injuries? And with this product, what is the cost savings?
Cost savings.
From, well, how would it benefit? I didn't see that number. I saw a lot of data on natural disasters. I didn't see how your product would save lives in terms of fire and the mortalities and fatalities and injuries. All that cost associated with that. How could that be minimized?
Okay, so
I think if I understand your question right, how does this actually help save lives? Is that what you're asking?
What is the cost benefit from this product for fire-related mortalities and...
Well, I don't know the cost for a product like a life, but with the data collection platform, an engineer can plan ahead of time and build a building so that if in case of a fire, it doesn't do as much damage, or also to see what caused damage. And in the case of a wildfire, you can spot beforehand what areas are more prone to wildfires, and that actually helps prevent them because you can plan ahead to see where there might be a possible one.
Also, one of our key data points was that, not key data points, but one of the key things we collected was the source of ignition. So also we can report that to companies, for example, if there's a certain type of stove that keeps on lighting on fire somehow or causing house fires, we can alert that company and sell that information to them so that they can better make their stoves and prevent this from happening again.
Can it map the path of a fire so you can use that data later on to show how
Yeah.
the fire is spreading?
Yeah, and it can also map the collapses, how the building kind of reacts to the fire.
So excellent product, you folks have done a good job, but I just wanted to highlight one element, which is this, that we are talking about saving lives over here. And if you consider who's going to actually pay for it, many firehouses and fire stations, they run on community donations and donations from other companies. So my point here is, I know this is a business plan competition and we have to be for profit. Have you considered the potential risk to the reputation of the company from the fact that somebody may one day try to say that you're trying to make money off danger to people? Have you considered doing it as a non-profit, with a mission-driven organization?
I think that's a great point that you mentioned there. So that is something that we could think about, making this a non-profit organization. But one of the things is when we went around interviewing some of our fellow firefighters for testimonials, including Mr. Olszewski, we asked them, and they also mentioned about like the price and all that might be a problem when it comes to government. But the thing is, most drones that are being sold are priced around $25,000, whereas ours is only $7,000. So it's a little bit more affordable. And of course, over time, we're going to try to reduce those costs to make it even more affordable. That's where all our R&D money goes to.
So about your pricing, as far as the drones, some departments having an issue with paying for the product. I can see that being an issue for most volunteer departments because they do run off of donations, but most fire departments now are getting away from the volunteer aspect and go more towards a career department. So we're given a yearly budget, and I can see a lot of departments, because this is a product that, it's the future, it's the way fire service is going now. And there are drones out there, some departments do use drones, so they're at a basic level. But when it comes to saving lives, especially to the people, the civilians, and to our own, I don't see that most career departments would have an issue implementing this in part of their budget.
Well, this sounds to me like more of a 911 signal than I'm sorry, this seems like a more of a product that would be orchestrated by the 911 team, because this could be valuable for a shootout downtown or anything. I mean, you could use these drones for all sorts of things. They might be more advantageous to sell to 911.
And actually, it's going to kind of combine the points of the two folks here. You know, it's a life-saving device, which I think, you know, with the data component, with the information that can be led back, I mean, selling it, you know, it has military uses, it has firefighting uses, but it might also work with sort of the insurance companies, because to the extent that you can combine with a reduction in loss, you know, the insurance industry would probably be interested in it as well. There could be a component to it. And because the way things go, if the insurance companies start requiring for fire departments to, you know, have the funding, looking at the whole cycle of who pays for the loss, which brings me back to the point I think she was saying is another way to look at it and to help sell the idea is to do the research to determine how much does it cost for the insurance company and families who lost a home or in the destruction. What does it cost the community at large when there is a huge forest fire? The amount of damage that it does, and to the extent that this can reduce any of that in a material way, helps justify the cost of the product.
I have a question about the marketplace. So it's going to be mostly public sector market, so that can break out to federal, state, and local. Do you have some breakout on where you think what the revenue streams will come from and how you would approach those markets? I can see this being used by the national park system. I can see it being used by the state parks, then at the local level as well. So you just
You're more excited about it. Yeah, we're talking away.
I think it's a fantastic application.
So, the multiple use cases thing, like, we have to follow some legal regulations. We're not allowed to have our drone near, like, a large group of people and stadiums and things like that. So,
Some of the legal regulations include not being around airports or stadiums, mostly for the protection of the public people. So we would have to comply with the FAA, and it's basically up to them what we cannot do with our drones.
I was thinking more in terms of like a national park, for example, which has wide open spaces. You could be patrolling there, not just looking for fires, but you could also be looking for a fire before it starts. You could look for a lost child, exactly. So there's other applications.
So,
How do you get away from it?
Yeah, I think once you...
You're running out.
so are we letting you?
Yes.
Okay, so the national park thing, like, we do have to follow some legal regulations. Drones are not allowed in national parks. So we're not allowed to have drones flying around in national parks.
For private use, this was owned by the national park.
We're not allowed to survey public spaces. That's like,
Also, when a drone is like stationed in a national park, it becomes like, I think it would be an issue because it would disrupt the environment, and then there's also issues of battery life, how often it'll go back to charge and all that stuff.
Excellent. Very good.
Sorry, we have to have it there because we have to be fair to the other teams as well here. You know. Thank you for a wonderful presentation there, Team 4. We'll probably take another break now so we can judges have some time to